All right, let's bring back in our other guest, Miss Majesty Divine, Miss Juicy Garland. All right. So, do you have any comments? Anything you want to say to each other or questions?
What Crystal said about people threatening you and saying these things, that's a trauma, and it does weigh on your psyche. And all of us who go through this, we need to do stuff to take care of ourselves, our mental health too, because people don't think about it. You say, I got these threats, and people don't think about that. That sticks in the back of your mind that, oh, there's somebody out there who wants to physically do me harm.
Yeah.
Because, and it does, it weighs. Like my stepson, when he started reading what people were saying, he left work and came up here because he lives in Birmingham, which is about 90 miles away. He left and came up here because he was afraid of what was going to happen. So it's just this is just crazy that people think this. Like, I don't understand why they're doing it, but they're doing it. So we all have to deal with it.
So, Juicy, have you felt personally in danger in anything you've done?
I was worried, especially having parked near the location for the story event, walking in, that like if my car was seen by some of these jerks, they might try to dox me and find out where I live. I've been fortunate, at least, that there hasn't been any in-person blowback at this point, but I am worried, and I think there's this national trend in right-wing white nationalists and other bigots targeting the queer community by creating this fabricated idea that we are grooming children. And the only way we're going to be able to get through this is by focusing on our own community and really sticking up for each other, I think. Because
rejection.
At the end of the day, these people are going to make a lot of noise and get a lot of media attention, and we have to fight back, both verbally and just with our own personal presence to be able to get through it.
What were you thinking when you heard about the news from Club Q in Colorado?
I realized that it could have been any one of us, right? There was a moment where it really hit me how much I might have actually taken my own life in my hands just by having this event. And, talking to families, you couldn't have a more like benign and positive event to be treated like child rape. And just the way these people are thinking every time we do these events, we are possibly taking our own hands, and it's troubling and it's frustrating and it's scary.
So, Crystal, are you taking any precautionary actions when you plan an event?
So, yeah, unfortunately, now I've had to ask friends to make sure that they can come out, just to make sure that if anything does happen, then I do have some people that can back me up, as well as all of the police to understand which events are being targeted, so that people can be there for that. And like, I hate to say it, but like my eye, like I'm on like constant guard. Watching, I'm looking in pockets, I'm trying to see what's going on, because all these people, they're threatening. What they do is they actually buy tickets to the show so that they can start it in the show, so that you don't know where they're at. And that's where it starts to become a problem, because now I'm going to accept a tip from somebody as I go around the room, and I'm like, is the tip going to be a tip? Are they going to do something? It's kind of crazy. So we are taking precautions there. The police know the events that I'm doing. And the ones that are being more targeted than others. Like I said, I do a lot of events. A bunch of them are in universities, so I don't really have to worry so much there. They have security guards. But unfortunately, like I don't work in any nightclubs, so there's not security at my events ever. It's like a 2-hour show where we create a safe space that's fun. So, adding security, that's a big bill.
Madge, what are you doing for precautions?
Since most of mine are in clubs, we add security personnel, and the door people are very aware of what's going on. Me personally, I'm kind of aware of every exit in the place. I'm also aware where I am on stage. We take personal security devices in our bags.
What do you mean by that? What do you take?
I have a mace. I have a taser.
Really?
They're in my bag. My drag mother told me to fill a 18-inch lead pipe with cement, put it in the bottom of your bag, and use your bag as a weapon. Like, There have been all kinds of things suggested, but those are the things I carry with me.
Crystal, do you carry protection with you?
That's it. Yeah, no,
He's got the guns.
No, and some big friends around me. That's about it.
And how about you, Juicy? Do you carry anything?
No, I haven't. If I felt like I needed to, I might start considering it. Yeah, but at this point, I haven't.
But how frightening. We talked about Barbie Wire in Memphis, Tennessee, who they were beginning this drag show, and they had to cancel it because there was armed Proud Boys in the parking lot. And they had to leave walking through, and the police were talking to the Proud Boys. You know, they weren't telling them to disperse. They were over there talking to them, yeah, and chatting. I should say chatting, not talking to them. And I thought, oh my gosh, I just can't imagine.
Yeah, that's
my
crazy.
question's always been is, where are the Proud Boys? Because obviously they have jobs. What are they doing? Where are they working? So
Yes,
that's kind of terrifying to think that they could be anyone, and they could be the people who are in charge of our security.
Yes, they could be. Yes, they could be. Well, Crystal, Juicy, Madge, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is a conversation. This won't be the last conversation we have about this, I'm afraid. You know, but we have to keep the conversation going and keep it out there. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, and let's just keep on doing what we do. We can't stop. We got to keep on going. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.